Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm here today with another pick a card. This one was requested. I feel like the person who requested this, they also had like a long list of other requests that I am so excited to do. You guys are really good at coming up with very innovative topics, so thank you. So today I'm just going to do 3 piles because I'm actually in a rush, hence why I'm a bit all glammed up. I have somewhere to be later on, so I'm just trying to do things a little bit earlier, try my best to get organized, which is not really like a common thing for me, but I'm trying. Okay, so we only have 3 piles. So to choose pile 1, we have certain, may you be sure of your ground. Then for pile 2, we have, one second, resourceful, may you recover and rise again. And then for pile 3, we have radiant, may you shine brightly. So go ahead and pick your piles, and I'm going to start. Okay, so let me move a bit back. I feel like I'm too far. Okay, for pile 1, you guys chose certain, may you be sure of your ground. So 1 minute and 2 seconds, I think. Yeah, for pile 1, you guys chose certain, may you be sure of your ground. We also have the ladybug and the sweet pea, which is happiness. I don't know why I heard Tinkerbell, but I also heard Jezebel. So some people may take it depending on who you're with, right? I'm not trying to stereotype men, because I love men, guys, especially the ones that be watching my videos. Shout out to you. But the reason why I'm bringing up men is because I'm getting with women, especially if you are a woman, people see you as really like just happy-go-lucky. They feel like you're very friendly and you're a woman's woman. But if it's a man, I'm getting, first, men really do like the fact that you have warm, happy, loving sort of energy or a vibe. But then some feel like you're a bit too friendly, and they associate that with being Jezebel, like you're doing too much, you're being too flirtatious, you know, when you're not. Okay, you just know how to make people feel very well accommodated. Pile 1. Okay, we have 42, have fun. Okay, you guys could be 42 or 24, but 4 is a number of stability and protection, security, and 2 is a number of alignment and partnerships. And you add them together, you get 6, which is all about balance and reciprocity. Okay, so people see you as someone who's really happy-go-lucky, very equal give and take person, very fair, grounded, very positive. Some of you guys could have Sagittarius in your chart because of the whole, you know, positive vibes I'm getting. We also have the devil, so this is Capricorn, okay, energy. We have water sign energy with the 7 of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then we also have King of Wands energy, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we also have gratitude. And we have solar plexus. Okay, this is Gemini energy with the solar plexus, because you know it rules yellow, and I think Gemini is a yellow sort of associated color. Sorry, yellow is a color that is associated with Gemini. Sorry. So yeah, so I feel like when people first notice you, they notice your warm nature. You guys come across as very friendly. If you're a woman, you come across as a woman's woman. You're a very good conversationalist. Like, I'm not getting that like you go out of your way to try and start long conversations with people, but once people approach you, you know how to entertain a good conversation. People feel like you are really confident, and this is celebrated by the people who just meet you. They really like it. They really love that presence. You have qualities that they kind of wish that they had. But then you get people who are not really confident or happy with themselves. They kind of may see you as a bit too full on or too much. But, you know, or a little bit extra, but screw them, you know. But you guys are seen as someone who's very happy. Like, you give off a vibe. Probably why I heard Tinkerbell is because you give off a vibe where you're just happy regardless. You're just happy to be here. You find the positives in every situation. And that's probably why we have gratitude here, because any little situation you're in, when it's meeting people or regardless, they feel like you always see the silver lining in everything, and that you're just a happy, free-spirited, happy-go-lucky person. Now, that's not to mean that people see you as someone who is perfect and you can do no wrong, and your life may not have any negativity towards it, but it's just you seem so upbeat and positive that it's contagious. So it will only trigger and anger people who are not happy with themselves and are determined to share that unhappiness with others, but you are just genuinely a happy person, and it makes other people feel uplifted. So people really like this energy. You give off an energy where you are confident. Even if you don't talk, or you're not really the most talkative with other people, maybe it's like similar to me. Like I get this a lot myself, where I may not be as talkative with just anyone and everyone, but I'm very expressive in the way that I dress. So even if I'm like painfully shy, I'm awkward with people, I will dress in a way that's so dramatic that just eyes will be drawn to me. And it's like, because I know, like, when I like to dress according to my mood, or according to how I want to be presented, or whatever's on my mind, or, you know, I plan out looks, right? But then the thing is, in certain settings, I don't speak. So people wonder, like, wow, like, I'm looking at her, but she's not talking to me, you know? So you guys could be a bit more like that, where your self-expression comes in the form of how you look. For some of you, it's how you talk. Some of you, it's just your aura alone. You don't have to do too much, okay? But yeah, there's something about your energy that is very magnetic. So even though this is ruled by Capricorn, it gives me Scorpionic vibes because of the magnetism. A lot of people are very drawn to you. They find you very alluring and very hot, that sometimes some people may even get the wrong impression in terms of, like, say for example, if you get this a lot where you're considered very attractive, very gorgeous, very handsome, people may assume that you're a mean person. I don't know why. Some people associate the two, and I don't know why. They assume that if you're a woman, you're a bitch, but if you're a man, then, you know, like, you're probably a player, or you're probably just, you know, an a-hole, whatever. But that's a wrong assumption to make. But that's the assumptions that some people may get. And the devil card can sometimes be like negative thoughts. So some people may think that about you because you're so attractive. And then once they get to know you, they realize, no, like, part one is a vibe. Why did I even get the wrong impression from pile one? I'm getting with this pile, a lot of people make assumptions about you that may not be true most of the time. Like, for example, like, when I meet people, sometimes people feel like I'm going to be judgmental or overly strict. And I get that vibe because I feel like I'm a teacher when it comes to, like, my matrix job. Like, I'm a teacher, and sometimes as a teacher you've got to have to be strict, right? But people feel like I have that persona even outside of work, but I don't see it because I don't really say anything. But I get why they feel it. Is because my mouth and my face, like, I'm very smiley with you guys because I love you guys, but when I'm around people I don't know, my face is like this. It's like very stoic, just. And then as soon as someone comes up to me and talks to me, or says something nice to me, or compliments me, or just is just being friendly to me, I light up. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm Ish, you know? And then they're caught off guard. They're like, oh, I thought you would be so rude, but you're actually sweet. It's just you have rest in bee face, you know? So you guys could suffer the same thing. But yeah, people just see you as abundant of joy, happy, because we literally have happiness. There's really not much to expand pile one, if anything. But in terms of your dress sense, people really like the fact that you come across as well presented, very unique, and just very confident. That's probably why you guys chose certain, you know, like, you guys come across like you know what you want, you know who you are, and no one can tell you nothing. Even if you feel like you have low self-esteem, or you're not confident as people are seeing you as, regardless of how people are perceiving you, you come off as very confident. And it's a good thing, because I'm not getting an energy where you come off as arrogant. People are not even interpreting it as arrogant. People are seeing you as very confident, and they really like this trait about you. It makes them feel like you're a very charming person, even if you're not doing too much, okay? But yeah, people see you as someone who just wants to have fun, okay? You're the type of person that people want to be friends with. So once they get to know you, they feel like that's a warm energy. I'd want to be friends with pile one, okay? So yeah, you guys try your best to just enjoy the time. People also assume that you have options as well with the 7 of Cups. Like, people just feel like someone like you would have a lot of options, like, not just in love but in life. They feel like, oh, that's someone who would probably go far in life, or that's somebody who has a successful job, or that's someone who is destined for something greater. Like, that's the kind of energy you give off to people when they first meet you. I don't know if it's the way you talk, the way you move, or what you talk about, but regardless, people just feel like you have a sense of direction and options, and the world is your oyster. You give off that impression. Okay, but we also have the King of Wands. Sorry, these gloves, maybe I should take them off. The King of Wands energy. So people see you as a leader, like you come across like you know what you want, especially if you're a woman. Like people just see this as like, yeah, I know what I want. But this is masculine energy mostly coming through, whether you're a woman or a man. So especially if you're a man watching this, like you come across like a leader, like you know exactly what you want. You walk into the room and you own it. It reminds me of a funny clip from, I feel it's a very old episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta where Nene used to be there. She was talking about her and her friend who are really tall. She goes, I'm 5'9" or 5'11". She was saying something. I'm 5'9", I'm 5'11". I'm 5'9", she's 5'11". When we walk into a room, we own it. You know, it's like she has this confident vibe about her, and that's the kind of energy you guys are giving. Like when you walk into a room, you walk with purpose. You know, it's like you walk in, it's like I have arrived, and people sense that. Okay, overall good vibes. Okay, I'm gonna move on to pile number 2. Okay, so 1024, pile 2. You guys chose resourceful. May you recover and rise again. Okay, so what do people notice about you? This is giving earth energy. We also have the goat and the willow, which is overcoming obstacles. Ooh, this is giving me mysterious vibes, scorpionic vibes. We have 53, take no offense. 5 is all about change and 3 is all about support. Add them together, you get 8, which is about abundance. Ooh, you're giving off an independent vibe. Sorry, that's my son screaming. He has verbal stims. Okay, he's autistic, so ignore that, guys. He's not in pain, he's not struggling. But basically, yeah, you guys give off a vibe of being very mysterious, but you give off a sense that you've gone through so much and you're so independent. Like you look like the type of person that you don't ask for help because you know you can help yourself. It would be nice to have help, but you give off a vibe where people see you as someone who you've gone through so much and you're not afraid to eat alone. But it's like they don't know what you would have gone through. You just give off a very mysterious vibe, okay? Very strong, okay? I did say scorpionic and we have the death card. Yeah, that makes sense. You give an energy of someone who has gone through a lot in life and has transformed into something, but you may come off as a little bit reserved, okay? Definitely getting reserved for this part, very introverted. 3 of Wands, yeah, you give off this energy of where I don't know, some people may feel like your mind is not like, what's the word? Like, I wouldn't say absent-minded, but it's like, say for example, you're in a group discussion with people, like people feel like you're not tuned in, you're zoned out. And not in a spacey kind of way where you're like, not that kind of way, but in a way where you look like you're thinking about other things. Like you guys could have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of things going through your mind overall, but people just sense that like you are overthinking about a lot of things and you just have a lot going on. Your mind maybe looks like you're doing a lot of thinking, because again, with the 3 of Wands, this is like, I have this to do, I have this to do. Like you look like you're plotting and planning things in your life. You could have an overactive mind, okay? But at the same time, this is going to sound so contradictory. You come across as calm, cool, collected with this Empress energy, which is Sagittarius energy. Oh yeah, 3 of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you always look like you are planning something ahead of time. Like, say for example, like, you've been invited to a night out, you didn't want to go, but your friends convinced you to go, so you just go. But on your mind is that one thing that you wanted to plan ahead of time, maybe next week, maybe it's a project, and that's all you can think about, okay? So you may come across as very reserved and mysterious, but you definitely come across like you have a lot going on in your head. You may not communicate much in conversations because of it, because maybe your mind is elsewhere, okay? But at the same time, you seem cool, calm, and collected. I was gonna say shy for this group, because especially with the take no offense, I feel like if you are having a lot on your mind, or you are being seen as very quiet and you're not very talkative most of the time, some people don't take it to heart because they assume that maybe that's just your personality. Like if they don't know you that well, they assume maybe pile 2 is just shy. Maybe that's just what they do. Like they don't speak much. For others of you, some people just see you as someone who you look like you have a lot going on in your mind, or maybe something's gone on, or you just do a lot of thinking. So if you don't do a lot of talking, people don't really take it personally because you just have a lot on your mind, okay? We do have throat chakra and secrets, so people see you as someone who withholds a lot. You withhold a lot of secrets. Like it's like you could do more talking, you could communicate more to the discussion if you wanted to, but you choose not to. It's like you have a lot on your mind, or maybe you just prefer not to. Even if you don't have a lot on your mind, you may feel like, I just don't really feel like talking, and if I don't want to talk, I'm not going to talk unnecessarily. I only talk when I have something of substance to say, and if I have nothing to say, then I'm not going to talk. That's the kind of energy you guys give. It's very introverted, reserved, over analyzer, or just an analyst overall, and just a thinker. Very deep, very mysterious. It makes people want to pick your brain, but then I'm getting, luckily, people don't take it to heart. Okay, again, very reserved, but again, someone who's gone through a lot with resourceful and with overcoming obstacles. The way you dress may also be deemed as very simple, like not flashy, not over the top, just very simple and basic, really. And people may interpret that as, oh, you could be someone who's like very down to earth, or maybe more frugal with their money. Like you're just very just calm and cool and like very naturistic. Like you don't do too much. Okay, very mysterious. Okay, but yeah, you look like someone who you have a lot going on in your mind, or you've been through so much. So because you have a very strong presence, a strong aura, so people don't really take it personally. But at the same time, it's like they want to talk to you, but they don't want to like rub you the wrong way. Okay, so if you feel like people are a bit quieter with you, or like what's it called, or they're not really making much conversation with you, is because they just assume that you just have a lot on your mind, or maybe you're just not in the mood to talk. Okay, but yeah, that's what people get. Very, very quiet, like someone who holds back. Like you could say more, but you choose not to. Okay, that's what I'm getting for pile number 2. I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Sorry, I'm in my room, and my window is facing the garden, so I'm seeing everything what my eldest son is doing, because we're on holiday now in the UK. And sorry, I keep glancing. Okay, anyways, last pile, 1624, pile 3. You guys chose radiant. May you shine brightly. Ooh, okay. We have the chipmunk and the Laura, which is success. And then we also have 25, which is fill the well. You guys could be 25 or 52, but 2 is a number of partnerships and alignment, and the 5 is a number of change. Add them together, you get 7, which is all about learning. So yeah, people assume that you're very intelligent, and you're someone who you basically you shift the room. Okay, you make people see you in one way, but then you shift the room and make it another. So if the room is very dead and the vibes are really low, as soon as you enter a room, you shift it and you make it more collaborative, more open, more free, more warm. Okay, but people assume that you're very busy. Okay, feel the well. People always feel like you always got something going on. So with pile 2 was more like they look like they're thinking a lot. With pile 3 is like you're doing a lot. Okay, we also have the star. Yeah, you guys are a star, Aquarius energy. We have fire energy with the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ooh, very attractive. The Knight of Wands, fire energy again. And we literally have here, I'm busy. And we have leave me alone and block. Wow. Pile 3. People assume that you are someone who's hard to get close to. Like you just look like you want to be left alone, or you just are so busy, you have so much going on, you just don't have the time to sit and chat. This reminds me of when, and no offense to anyone who's Jehovah's Witness, but this reminds me when people who are Jehovah's Witness come to preach about their religion to me, and I'm just like walking. I'm always in a rush because I'm always late. No matter where I go, I'm always late. So I'm always in a rush. So then they come and stop like, hey, like, let me talk to you about the word of God. And you're like, okay, that's great. And maybe another time, but I'm in a rush. Like you guys could be like that. And but people find you also very hard to get close to in general, like on a intimacy kind of way. Like they see you and they feel like, oh, it's going to be so hard to get close to a person like that. And I'm getting this because these people put you on a pedestal. Okay, you are very radiant. Okay, you guys chose radiant for a freaking reason. Okay, you guys are very radiant people. You guys are known for your beauty. We did get the Queen of Wands, right? And the Star card. So people see you as very attractive, boss bee energy, whether you're a man or woman. We have the King of Wands for pile 1, and we have the Queen of Wands for pile 3. So maybe, you know, but you guys are very attractive, confident, you get things done, independent, very alluring. Okay, you catch a lot of attention, and people just find you very, very hot if you're a man, and absolutely stunning if you're a woman. But we have the star card here, so there's something about you that has like a star-like quality, but also a healing energy. Like when someone sees you, it's like you're the type of person where you're very satisfying to look at, and it's not just because you're attractive, but like you just seem like someone who you're just, I don't know how to explain it, just very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, okay? But you're also very like someone similar to Power One. There's a magnetism, but it's not coming from like a sensual, like dark siren kind of vibe. I think Power One was giving more of that, but with Power Three, it's more of like you have like a wholesome vibe where people want to get close to you. Like you're seen as the cool person. Like if you're a guy, you're the cool guy. If you're a girl, you're the cool girl. Like you're like the type of people that are like, I want to be friends with Power 3, or I want to date Power 3. Power 3 is gorgeous. Power 3 is beautiful. Power 3 is handsome. Or I want to be friends with Power 3 because Power 3 just looks like a cool person. It's kind of that vibe, but there's something like star quality, very unique. You guys are giving Aquarius energy. Maybe it's similar to the way you dress. It's like very out of this world. It's very unique. It's not the norm, but it's so cool. Like, you know, it's like very influencer-esque, and not in the way where, like, not in an LA girl kind of way, like Instagram baddie kind of way, but in a way that's like very innovative and creative, okay? Very attractive, okay? But then people feel like you're gonna be so hard to get close to, okay? You also look like a movie star, or you look like someone who's destined for fame, or you look like you're someone who should be famous or is a creative, because we do have success. So people just look at what you wear and how you present yourself, and people just assume that you're destined for success or you are a successful person. There's something very unique and innovative about you. You look like a trendsetter. But again, people find you hard to get close to. We have leave me alone, block, and I'm busy. Like people feel like you don't have time for them, and not in a way where like you don't care about people, but it's like you just look like you always have something going on. And people just, especially if people are insecure, they always assume that you're going to shut them down. You're not going to want to be friends with them because they're not as cool as you. But that's not the case, okay? Yeah, but definitely very busy vibes. You guys could be fast walkers, okay? You walk really fast and feel the world. Yeah, you're very, very consistent. Some of you have an athletic body. So you look like you go to the gym, you look like you train, and that's what the Feel the World is about. Like you look hench, you look very muscly if you're a man, and if you're a woman, you're just really well toned. And people just see you as like, yeah, like they put in the work, but very radiant. I think also people notice that you have really good manners as well. Like when someone opens the door, you're like, thank you, and people compliment you, you appreciate it. Like you just seem very well mannered and well brought up. Very good decorum, home training and everything. If you're a woman, you're very polite. If you're a man, you're very polite. Wait, why did I say like that? Why did I make a gender thing? Like, regardless, you're a polite person. Well mannered, but just very radiant. There's something very like ancient about you, in a way where it's almost like you are not part of this time. Maybe the way you talk or the way you conduct yourself is like very like from a different time period. It's like very old, like a romanticism sort of era, but you've passed it down through lifetimes. You're very like glowy and just very loving. Like there's things you do that are just so different from the time. I don't know how to explain it. I'm so sorry, Pal 3. I just sound stupid right now, but it's like something you do that's very like, that's from a different time. And then I can't put my finger on what it is. And maybe it is your manners or just the way you talk and the way you present yourself. But you very much glow. You stand out. Like even if you don't want to stand out, like we literally have the sun in this picture, and then we literally have the star. Like you stand out, and it's not just for your looks and your beauty, but it's just your overall essence. Similar to Power 1, but Power 1 is more like a happy-go-lucky, positive, warm vibe. But you're like very like ethereal, like very, very out of this world. You could also be very foreign based on where you are. So wherever you're in a group setting with people, you're always foreign. You're always seen as different. So similar to me, like not many of you guys may know this, but I do different dance styles. So I don't just do hip hop, I also do Afrobeat, and I'm African, yes, but I'm not West African. But I also do Bollywood, and I also do Kandyan, which is Sri Lankan dance. My Sri Lankan friend got me into it. So I do a show every year that's Sri Lankan styled dancing. And I do folk, I do different things within that culture, and I'm always sticking out like a sore thumb. Like I'm always the only black person doing it, so I feel foreign. But it's like that. Like you're surrounded with people who are similar to each other, but you're different to the rest. So it could be something as simple as that, but it could just be an energy thing where you're very different and you're very out of this world. Like there's no one like you, okay? So yeah, like even with me, like I'd be going to different shops. Like I live opposite a Polish shop, and every time I enter, they're just looking at me like, is she lost? I'm like, no, you don't need to be Polish to like the food, you know? But yeah, but that's what I like to do. So you may be someone who, even if you're sticking out like a sore thumb, you're gonna go ahead and do what you gotta do, okay? But yeah, very, very one of a kind, very vulnerable. But that's what I'm getting for pile 3. I hope that resonates. Let me know what you want to see next. I still have a few requests to do, so I'll try my best to do this every day. I make no promises, but I will try, okay? But thank you for watching. Bye. This is awkward. Thank you for watching. Bye. Are you gonna go?